Well, we're back. We're back on a Sunday. We're gonna try to finish putting this thing together that we worked on yesterday. We did pretty good. I mean, all considering. Let me get this out of the light here. It's kind of got a glare. There we are. Now comes the fun stuff. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut back all these stringers and take my blade and triangle them. So I just cut this piece out of the airplane. And you wouldn't think, well, that don't mean nothing. Well, it's something. It's something you don't need. Looks to me like we need to add a little more glue to that. Suppose you could do this beforehand. I don't, never. I just cut it and then sand it. Secrets to light airplanes. I gotta get my box here with the sandpaper. Take some 80 grit. We're gonna put this piece in too. I'm gonna have to cut a couple. I hope I got some wood. Let me see here. We got, turn on this other thing. Well, it must be Dan watching, my only viewer. I need a former right here too, so I gotta cut one and put it in there. I gotta cut a hole in that. A lot of stuff to do. Take this off. Boy, I wish it was this light finished. So we want a former at the trailing edge. Let's get a wheel collar on that first. I was gonna solder it, but I'm just going to put a wheel collar on it. I think I got a 3/32 wheel collar. If not, we'll make one. got one. Why doesn't it slide on that side though? Cheap Chinese shit. Can't get that one on. Better get another one. This one. There we go. Okay. Now we need a set screw. Let's see, somebody said something. Morning, Scott. That ain't right. Come on now. There we are. And for just added measure, I'll put a dab of JB Weld on the end of that so we know it ain't coming off. And that's probably overkill, but give you peace of mind. So we got that done there. double checking. Where's my dress tape? That's what I'll use. Today this shit is getting cleared out. I got boxes. I'm going to load all this crap in boxes. I can't function like this. Come on. Oh, there it is. Oop. Okay, this should be 20. 20. 29 3/4. Come on. 31 3/4. Exactly right. So it's straight. And then we'll do one other check on the propeller. When I get the engine in, I'll put the propeller in and measure from the trailing edge to the tip of the prop. And it should be about 1/8 of an inch less on this side. Let me take off my sweatshirt. Did you guys see what I did there? Because it's kind of out of frame. In order to make sure that this, we put a line on glass and lined all this stuff up on the glass. But as a double check, you measure out from the fuselage side. I measured out 20 inches and I made a mark. Then I put my tape on the 20-inch mark. I'm triangulating the 20-inch mark to the center line of the tail post, which is 29 3/4. And then you come to this side and you put it on the mark. And you go to the center of the tail post and it's 29 3/4, so it's, this is not surface plate and layout, but it's close enough. So we know the incidence is good because I cut the holes in the fuselage. With a template on the datum line. This is a perfect fit template. Measured off the datum line. The datum line was on the glass, measured up, so you know this is 0, mark on there, and then you check all the stations all the way around. We shimmed it up till it was square. Drew a line on the glass for the center line of the fuselage and a 90-degree line for the trailing edge. Put the triangles on that line. Put the trailing up edge against those triangles and line the center of the fuselage up to the center line. So you know you got a good running start on is it close to being right. And fortunately, because I had to, you know, you cut this here with a saw, you lose the kerf of that, which is about a 32nd of an inch, so it kind of looked cattywampus, and I was a little concerned. So I see what it is. I see what it is, but it's all straight, so it doesn't much matter. And then when you get the top blocks on, so what I need to do now is I need to, which is a throwaway, so I guess I'll get the pushrod in, because if this has a pipe tunnel, most of this stuff is going to get cut away. So if I put a former in here, it's no good. Maybe if I put one up here. I just see how this is squishy. I guess I could just run a stick across there. Let's see how easy the pushrod is going to be to get in. And I need to cut a hole, grind a hole in this former here. Okay. Get my least favorite Dremel tool. We got Superfil due today. The inside the fuselage here, Superfil, real good. I got these bell crank mounts so that the bell crank can't pull out to do. I mean, I think I can get it all. If I didn't have to do these videos, I know I could slam through it with no problem. We got a tail wheel to make. Yeah, that looks. Yeah, it's gonna be easier like this. Okay. A lot of thinking is going to go on today. See how nice those flaps are? I mean, worked on them on that horn to make sure it was free. I think I'll put a drop of, while I'm thinking about it, dry slide on it. Splattering. That stuff there is called dry slide. It's motorcycle clutch cable lubricant. It's liquid, well, it's not really liquid, it's graphite. Non-dust collecting. Okay, how do we want to do this? I guess we're going to go in from this side. Got a little goober on there. Got to make sure all this stuff clears without rubbing. Okay, it needs to get cut off. It needs to get cut off a bunch. So we're going to have to put it on, cut it off. And of course that's in the way. Ah, it's loose too. Okay. So. Uh-oh, I think I left my ball driver over John's. No matter, it'll be there when I get there again. Yep, sure enough. Yep, it ain't in there. Oh, here it is. Ooh. I think that's what I'll work on today, is getting this ass end sorted out. See, we got a ½ inch there, it's no good. It's too touchy. There we go, we got full down now. Full up, full down. Alright, I need to solder a washer on there, so I need a piece of cardboard, paper, or whatever, and then I'm going to have to cut that off. Let's see how this works. Yeah, it's pretty tight. That should be okay. Why does that not feel super loose? What's the deal? can use a collar on that too. Okay, let's see what happens. I don't normally do this, but I usually solder them, but we'll just put collars on them and a little drop of JB Weld on the end of it. Soldering is a kind of risky business if you don't, I mean, if I was over John's, we'd solder them. But over here, it's a risky business because I really can't see what I'm doing. And what happens is, if you get the solder wicking into the horn, then you got a locked up horn. So if the wheel collar will clear, we'll use that. If it won't, then I'll have to go back to the solder. We got skip sand something here. Do you have any paint and stencil videos? I have a 60 size plane I want to build this winter in the Thunderbird scheme. How do you do the bottom eagle? Well, what I do is I find the eagle that I want online, download the JPEG, import it into Cuts-A-Lot Pro, and cut the stencil on my plotter. And do I have any painting videos? Yeah, there's probably 1,000. Yeah, I don't know, 100 anyway. I'm looking for somebody who knows YouTube who would like to organize my channel so that everybody could find things. Why does that feel stiff? I'm sure it would work in, but oh man. First, let's see if it clears. And it does, so we're good there. Next, let's get this straightened out so it doesn't act like it's binding. What is binding? Grab this. I see what it is. Got a little bugger of glue on there. Yeah, that may be good, but I can't pay nobody to do it. I got no money. They'd have to do it for the love of control line. Now, you can't see, I'm off camera. What I'm doing here is this horn feels like it has a bind in it. And that bind is some super glue that's got on the horn, so I'm moving it back and forth and working that glue off of there until it's 100% free. There we go. Controls are pretty important. You want them absolutely free. You got self-centering controls, you're in deep shit. So we're going to need at least one of these on here to line it up. Well, my silk span video sure did good, and you know what really did good? Lunch at the hangar. First 7 hours, over 2,000 views. It's stupid. The stupider this stuff is, the more people watch it. Come on, let's put a little drop of smoothie on it. There we go. We got her freed up now. I guess we'll put a little drop of smoothie on this too. You'll notice some of my airplanes have little tiny 16th inch holes by the control horns. That's for that needle to go in so that I can oil them. You don't normally have to, but sometimes when they sit around, especially if you soldered on the horn, the flux, if you don't deflux it, will corrode, and then you have a problem. Okay, so we got the push rod in. Now, this is the inboard side. I want to make sure to get this in correct. Windex this off good before I paint. You got any paper towel? No. Out in the car. Okay, so that's that. Let's pin that where it belongs. We need to make up some alignment sticks. Got to pin that, but see, I don't glue this in until after the turtle deck is on. This is like the last thing to do to totally affix that. But you want to get it front and back so you can get the push rod on right. Down here somewhere. silver solder. I'm going to solder a washer. There's a lot of work to do. I mean, okay, this is going to need to be bent back this way so it's straighter. Which sucks because I had another one of these that was already made up somewhere, but who knows where it went. It's in this crap somewhere. Okay. You know what? I might have it in that box down there. Come on. Nope. Still gotta go some more. There it is. Okay, let's test this out, see how this works. So I'm going to pull this out. I still need a washer on there, but I'm just testing her out now. Glue this, put this on. Maybe too long, or something's too long to do this. What are we stuck on here? There just ain't no easy way to do this. Ball lengths. There we go. All right. There it is. I got a few more decisions I'm going to make today about pipe and muffler and all that stuff. I got to get in that closet and see if I got a 65 pipe. I don't think I do. Okay, I fiddle farted around. I think I'm gonna end at an hour here because I gotta do some other stuff before I can go any farther, and we'll come back when I get all the particulars finished so that I'm not wasting time, because I'm gonna take all this shit and put it in a box and see if I can find some parts. But if you look right here, the push rod, it's sliding back and forth. Well, how we're going to get 0 is I'm going to measure from here to the control horn, and then measure back here down the same distance, make a mark, put these flaps at 0, then I'll take 2 sticks and 0 the elevators, and that's where the push rod's going to get glued together. Then there's nothing I can do until that glue dries. And then we're going to build. I'm still, I'm thinking about what am I going to do for a pipe. If I'm going to do a pipe, I got to have a pipe tunnel. And so there's no sense in putting this former in because 90% of it gets ate out. So put the pipe tunnel in and then frame it up. I hope this makes sense what I'm doing. Not real good at explaining it, but fairly good at doing it. And then we'll take some sticks and go from the trailing edge to the trailing edge, pin it, make sure that it's good this way, I'll get all the top blocks and stuff glued on, and then I'll white glue all this crap together, and then superfill it, and we're done with that. I would say that I'm 40 hours out of having an airplane. And I don't know whether 40 hours of video doing this nonsense is worth it. But I sure like the looks of this one. It has a different look than the other one. Because I drew it out on paper. I'm going to move this rudder over because it's not centered, but at least at John's I could stand back and look. Wow, I'm way off. Shit. Way off. You guys got any questions or anything? I mean, I like questions because then it gives me something to talk about. Controls are kind of working. Oh, it's rubbing on that. Rubbing on the light stand. And the camera stand. We're supposed to get a super cold snap here. Got little pinners everywhere. This fixed real nice where the tear was right here. You can't tell. Sand that out and shoot, you'll never see it. You wouldn't know it unless I told you, but I don't mind showing the mistakes, because that's the only way you're going to learn. How do you get out of the mistakes? Anyway, let me get this mess cleaned up so I can find the right stuff, and I'll be back in probably in an hour, maybe. I think I could throw everything in a box in an hour. I don't know. I'll be back today though. we can talk about what we're gonna do here. Looking pretty good, really. Everything fits perfect. That's what you want. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit. I'm going to clean up this pile of crap I got here on the bench, because I'm going to have to work on that bench, because I don't have a bench here anymore. So I got the boxes there to throw everything in. It's got too much stuff. Too much stuff. Oh, no wonder why I didn't. Screwing the wrong way. You got airplanes everywhere, except I took airplanes home. There's none on the wall over here, and one's missing over there. And when I go back on the 8th, there's going to be less here. I've got to get the stuff out of here. Alright guys, like, subscribe, share, comment, leave a super chat, super thanks, whatever, appreciate it. And we'll see you in a bit when I get this mess cleaned up. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.